Texas Republican Congressman Tony Gonzales joins us now. Congressman Gonzales, just so our viewers are aware, you served in Cuba at Guantanamo Bay when you were in the U.S. Navy, and you say you used to worry about communist Cuba. Now you worry about communist China. Blinken says the Biden administration is taking a quiet but direct approach to dealing with these spy bases, Chinese spy bases in Cuba. What do you think is the best approach?
Yeah, thank you for having me back on, Jake. You know, 5 years ago today, I was at Guantanamo. And at that time, Guantanamo Bay, and at that time, we were worried about the Chinese. Honestly, this isn't a new topic, but you've seen them become more and more aggressive. You know, when I was at Guantanamo, we were also worried about the communist Cubans, but it was the iguanas that were everywhere that honestly took a lot of our attention. Times have changed. What does that mean? It means the communist China is becoming a more and more of a greater threat to the United States, a direct and clear and present threat to the United States. And it's important that Secretary of State Blinken, when he goes to China, when he visits China, I think it's important that he has a conversation, but he lets them know that we're going to be firm in protecting our allies and our assets.
China's been watching Russia's invasion of Ukraine as a potential playbook as China threatens its independent neighbor, Taiwan. Both Putin and President Xi see any Western military aid as a provocation. How does the U.S. bolster Taiwan's military defenses without igniting a larger conflict?
As you alluded to earlier, I spent 20 years in the military, 5 years at war. I fought in 2 wars. I want to do everything we can to prevent another war. And a big part of that is getting ahead of it. One of the things that I think we're seeing or learning from the Ukrainian conflict is the Ukrainians, as strong as they are to fend off the Russian aggression, it would have been a lot better if we would have given them the tools that they needed to be successful ahead of the invasion. So I think that's part of what we can do is ensure that Taiwan has the resources it needs. And there's been some military aid packages that have already been agreed to. They've already been passed in Congress and signed by previous presidents that still have not reached Taipei. That's a good start. Get Taiwan the military resources it needs to fend off communist China.